Whose turn is it anyway is excited to announce the Devon Board Game Weekend at the Fox and Hounds Hotel in Eggersford near Exeter. This event begins on Friday the 17th of October to Sunday the 19th of October. For more details on how to get tickets, follow the link in our show notes and we'd love to get a game with you there.
Hello and welcome to Whose Turn Is It Anyway, a podcast all about our board game group and of course the board games that we play. I am Adrian, your first player, and today with me I have the nearby JP.
Hello.
The a little too close Tambo.
Hello.
And practically on my lap is Kerley.
As always.
Oh, hey. In today's episode, we are going to be talking about Space Invaders. That are two games that invade each other's space a little bit too much like Kerley sat on my lap.
Well, get off him, Kerley. He's trying to do a podcast.
He's invading me at the moment.
Oh, that's an image we don't want. Like it. Loving the energy.
So, with that terrifying mental image aside, how are we all doing? JP, how are you doing?
No, I'm very tired. I'm just going to put it right out there. I've just come back from holidays and a horrific car ferry from Calais to Dover in the early hours of the night. It's just my voice is a little lower than normal. But I'm doing right. Holiday was brilliant. Played lots of games, notably Slay the Spire. Managed to complete Act 3 in the board game version for the first time, which was me, Rob, and my son Josh. We had a great time.
I also completed the VAT free on my holiday.
High five, T.
Yeah.
There we go. It's a good feeling because I'm crap at the board game version. I don't know why. I don't like the digital one. I can do it. No problem. But this one, I don't know what's different. Act 2 is just awful.
Who was the final boss?
What was it? It was the time snail slug
that's
thing.
one I completed.
Yeah. Maybe he's the easy one.
Yeah, maybe.
In the digital version, that's basically a death sentence.
Yeah.
Really? Well, the slug time
one. Yeah.
Oh, well, we've done the hardest one then.
You play 13 cards and he stops you.
Yeah.
13. So.
Yeah. And if you play 10, then it means you can only play 3 and then he'll hit you for like 60 and you're dead.
Yeah.
So, thanks.
But it was good to do it. We've finally unlocked most of the stuff and now we're basically got the ascension tree, should we call it, or the ladder to go down.
Yeah, and unlock loads of new cards and stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to just now putting the ascension modes in and seeing where it goes, So yeah, it was good fun. But,
Nice. And Tambo, you also went on holiday and played loads more board games than JP did.
Yeah, loads and loads. Thousands. No, not thousands.
Thousands.
Wow, don't
You
exaggerate.
were busy, T.
Yeah, I would go for all of them, but we at least did 20 different games we played.
That's a lot.
That is a lot.
How long were you away for?
2 weeks.
Oh, wow,
In a house.
Still a lot.
So if you weren't doing the swimming pool, you were playing games, basically.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky to have families who enjoy playing board games. So
was this TamCon?
TamCon, yeah.
Yeah, I thought
That sounds a bit bad, actually. TamCon.
That does sound...
no, I like it. We're keeping
The
it.
marketing team might have another look at that.
Yeah, no, very good. Yeah.
Kerley, how's you?
Yeah, good, thanks, mate.
Yeah, after that, I feel like there's not much else I can say.
No,
so.
that's it. No, I definitely can't, beat that.
No. So should we go on to the next section then?
I think we should.
Happy days. So this is the part of the show where we talk about you and me and all the good things and the bad things that have been as we talk about Hex.
I forgot he did this.
Blech.
I forgot he did this little thing. Yeah. Well done.
It's too cheesy for Kerley.
He looks really, really proud of that.
He is proud of it.
Hey, it's been...
You shouldn't be.
It was in the first ever episode, I think it was.
He did it for 3 years. He's been doing it.
It was awful then too.
3 years he's been doing that. Well done. Keeping up
Thanks.
tradition.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, Kerley, you may not like cheese, but what board games have you been liking and playing recently?
Well, I've been playing a lot of Too Many Bones with Becky because she's bought her copy. A couple of weeks ago, so we've got that to the table a few times. Becky's done it solo once as well, but she found that quite punishing, which is definitely true. Even 2 players much harder. But yeah, been enjoying that. Yeah, been damn good fun. Been playing a bit of Terraforming Mars, bit of Ark Nova as per usual. But yeah, there you go.
So should we talk about the Ark Nova bit we talked about in our little group chat?
Yeah.
And the 3D premium bits.
Hot
'cause
topic.
Everyone knows your love for Ark Nova.
Well, the part of the problem I've got with it is that we already own half of the our version, Etsy versions of the 3D bits anyway. It would be nice to have, but I do think it's expensive for what you get out of it, especially what we would get, which is basically a slightly better, probably more conclusive version of something we've already got. So for the price point, I think it's too much for me, and I don't think it will add very much to my experience of the game. It would just be a completionist buy, which, although historically
We've done it.
I've done it. I think I'm trying to move away from that side of it. Collecting for collecting's sake, I'm trying to move away from.
Yeah.
So, we've still got folded space inserts that we haven't used yet and put together. We've still got all sorts of bits and bobs like that I've ordered on the side and not actually needed. So yeah. That's my opinion on it. I'm sure it's decent for anyone who's ordered it. I'm sure they'll enjoy it, but it's just, I think, not for me.
Is it just extra 3D tiles then?
Yeah.
Oh, in your zoo, basically.
Our
Yeah.
acrylics. They've
Yeah,
got
and-
acrylic.
Yeah,
But they look
and a bigger box.
They look really nice. I'll
They
give
do.
it. If the production value comes out even close to kind of the pictures that they've shown, I think actually it looks really great. And I think because of the nature of Ark Nova, we talked about it before, Casters Burgundy, like it obscures the board where you need to see the numbers on the board and stuff like that. And I don't think the 3D tiles work there. Whereas I agree the price point is quite high, but I think it's not gonna make your game harder to see. I don't think.
Oh, I agree with that.
So I think the quality of the pieces and that I think actually does make it ideal for the 3D version.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's just the price point versus what you get. I'm pushing back against.
Yeah, no, it's fair. I think that's
Because
fair.
there's no gameplay content, right? Apart from one promo card I've
exactly.
seen.
Yeah, I was going to say, sometimes they're for extra maps.
Yeah, so if it's like,
cards and stuff.
if there's like another map pack thrown in, it might well, shall I?
But they're doing acrylic and metal tokens and all that lot, aren't they? Which I think you were talking about. Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, it's Christmas or someone's birthday coming up.
Well, it's already been my birthday, so I'm sure that'll be
I meant for Becky.
It was Becky's birthday 2 weeks before mine.
By the time this comes out,
Christmas,
it'll be about
Christmas.
right.
Christmas is coming.
Isn't it? Christmas 2027.
Yeah. No, I don't know. We've had a chat about it, and we're probably not going to bother.
Very sensible.
Fair enough.
But hey, look, we might just get a bit flush one month, and then it's done, innit?
Yeah, late pledge.
Yeah, I
It's a
wouldn't
big old
guarantee
window
it.
for you to hold out all that willpower.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. But at the moment, that's how we're feeling.
Fair.
Makes sense.
Fair.
Good. Tambo,
Yes.
what have you been playing recently?
So playing lots of games, lots and lots and lots. But Hopper Muckus. It's a great game, but I've actually figured out I'm actually really shit at it.
You beat me with it.
I haven't won a game since.
I think I've only played it twice.
I did know that. You remember the brown? I can't remember the name of the class, but it's the brown
Lemosians.
ones. They got an owl. It's got 2 health, and it moves around and it's just rubbish.
I can't remember.
Yeah, honestly, it's the ones with the club on the sign on the tokens.
The Lemosians.
The Lemosians.
Yeah.
Oh well, if I remembered. But yeah, played that. Played Terraform Mars. Played Heat. Played Sangria, the stained glass window one. Sangria.
Sagrada.
Yeah.
That was a very popular one in the house.
I couldn't work out if you're going for Santorini or Sagrada.
Yeah,
I was like, I think it's going to be one of these two.
Always drinking.
Yeah. Or
Sangria.
Or he's just drinking sangria.
And plenty more. But yeah, and Slay the Spire and all sorts. So it was a really good holiday. But the one that stand out the most was Bomb Busters. My brother bought it. We bought it when we went to Game Expo. We actually sat down and tried it. And the guy who showed us didn't really explain the rules properly, in my opinion. And didn't sell it to me. But my brother actually decided to get it. And actually, when we played in the house, it was really, really good. So you're these cute little rabbits. I don't think it's got anything to do with anything. I think they're rabbits. They look like little rabbits with little pointy ears on the cards.
Okay.
But so basically, what you got to do, you got to complete all your numbers before you find the red wire. Or if you snip the red wire, you die, or you lose all your lives, you die. Basically, the bomb goes off. So you got 4 sets of 1 to 12 on these little, I would say, like Rumby Cub tokens, but a lot thinner. It's like smaller cards.
Yeah.
You got your little stands. You throw them all in the middle, shuffle them up, and you draw. It's not like Rummy Cub at all. I'm just an example of the little tokens.
Good.
I'm watching Curly retch.
I hate Rummy Cub. It's nothing like that. There's no math involved.
Good.
So you got like 1 to 12, 4 sets of 1 to 12, basically.
Yeah.
And then you all shuffle them up, and you big out 11 each, or depending on players you got, it's 2 to 5 player, and then you 11 each, and then you got the red wires, which consist of 1 to 12, but it's 1.5, 2.5, 3.5, okay, between the numbers. So that's all the red wires. So you just shuffle one in, and someone's going to have the red wire. This is just mission 1, basically. This is the standard setup. And then, so all you do, you do it if you left, you're the lowest number to your highest number to your right, you've got to put them in numerical order. You must do that in your set, and you keep them hidden from everyone else. And you can't talk too much with the game. All you can say is point at the number and say, so if I said, say Adrian had it opposite me and said, is that a 3? And he points to the one you want it to be a 3. You think it's a 3, and Adrian goes, yes. And so what you do, you reveal it in front of your stand, and then you've revealed 2 of the 3s. If you get it wrong, you lose a life. Okay. And then you got a life per how many players you have. So if you're, it's very, at the beginning, it's quite punishing. It's hard to get your head around. Once you get your head around, it's really great fun. And obviously, you got your 4 sets of every number. So once you got the 4 sets, you've completed it. So yeah, you got to do it before anyone finds the red wire.
So it's co-op, like you're trying.
Oh yeah,
to
you're trying to defuse a bomb basically,
right,
all together.
Yeah,
you're trying to work together, but you can't talk too much. Okay, and then you got a special card that everyone gets to use once, which is, I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically you get one option. You can say 2 numbers. I'll choose 2 of the tokens and say, is that a 2? Those 2 are 2. And if you say none of them are 2, you lose your life. But if it is, one of them is a 2. You put it down the front. But if you get it wrong and use life, there's the other person that you asked with a number puts a little number from the pile of the boat and puts it in front so people know it's what the number it is. There's kind of a tell, so it helps.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, how would you know
Yeah.
what the left-hand number for everyone is?
Also, at the beginning of the game, everyone chooses one to put in front. So you pick one number you can actually reveal.
Right,
There you go.
okay.
And you put it there, and so it helps people to find out where they kind of stand, because you could have 1 to 6.
Yeah.
6 being your highest number in the whole set.
Yeah.
So if you put 6 at the end, actually he's got no more than a 6. 12 being highest. So,
That makes sense. I was like, I don't know where you'd start without losing like 2 or 3 lives.
It reminds me of like Minesweeper, where you just randomly click in anywhere to open up the board and go, I'm all right.
Yeah, and that's that. And you got these cool cards in the middle that give you special abilities as well. So they have numbers on top, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you've got the first pair of that number, you activate the card. And at any point during your turn, you can ask the captain, who's the first player, basically, if can I use this ability. And it's something like, sometimes you get for example, you could do a triple detector. That's what they're called, detector cards. And then you can say 3. Are those 3? What number? Or something big. It gives you or an extra life.
Yeah.
Something like that. Or you can say, put like an equal sign up front. So you put it in front of the numbers and you say these 2 in your thing are both the same number or non-equal. So it gives clues, basically.
Yeah.
You can help give clues for the whole thing.
So there's a chance you'll have more. I was thinking like if you'd have your own set of 4, but you just mix up the 4 sets. So there's multiples of each number potentially on each person.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
But you can, so you either do it, you can do all the things, sounds a bit bad, but you can do a thing called self-cut, which means if you've got the first 2, say a pair of ones have already been revealed, and you've got the other 2 ones, you can do an action which says you self-cut. So your turn is basically, I'll reveal these 2 ones because they're in my hands.
Right, okay. And you're searching for pairs.
Yeah, and if you've got all 4 of the same number, you can self-cut straight away. So you can just say all 4 goes down, basically. But that's very unlikely you're going to get that.
Yeah.
But you can do that. Yeah, it's really good fun. There are 60 missions in this. So there's like 6 boxes in there. So you've got your first 10 missions you do, then you unlock a box and it gives you different modules to
that's
do
cool.
different. Yeah.
New rules,
new
twists.
things, twists. And I don't want to spoil anyone who's got it, so I won't tell you what the first boss, but it's really good. Yeah, really good fun. You also have yellow wires, when that's an extra bit in the first box anyway, so it's not any giveaway. So when you get further in, you get these yellow wires in. So you don't have to get the same number, but you've got to say, have you got a yellow? If you think someone's got the other yellow, then they can reveal it. But yeah. So it gets harder. So sometimes you have 3 red wires that go in, and you know what all 3 red numbers are, but then you only pick one of them. So you randomly shuffle one of them and put one of them into the shoe, and then you put it on the table. So you think there's 3 red wires, but there isn't. There's only officially 1. So that's how it evolves and gets better and harder.
I know it isn't this type of game, but it kind of gives me the same feelings as like a cooperative trick-taking game.
I was
kind of
thinking,
thing where you're trying to work together.
I was just thinking,
but you can't tell everyone what the hell you've got, but you're kind of trying to do stuff in a way that helps the team get through.
Well, even like the mind and stuff like that, isn't it? All of those kind of cooperative, limited communication. It's good for this episode because it's exactly what it is, right? It's sitting in that similar bucket of games where you're like, well, all of these things are limited communication, teamwork, trying to guess what people have.
If you ever play it, a bit of advice, this is good advice, always do the most obvious. So if you know someone's got a 2 because they've got that little token in front of it and you got a 2, just do it.
Yeah.
Just do the most obvious first, and then it kind of makes it a little bit easier. But yeah, it's really good fun. Yeah.
Nice.
I think I'd have to see it.
Yeah. My brother's coming to GridCon, so I'll make him bring it. It's good fun. It only takes like 20 minutes. It's done.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, really enjoyed it. That's a family favourite. Bomb Busters.
Nice. JP.
Yeah, a few weeks ago, I kept seeing some kind of videos and people keep talking about a particular game that I had no interest in it whatsoever, and then I started to see it, and I was like, it just looked quite interesting. So this is the Anarchy.
Yep.
Which is, I'll call it a roll and write. You don't roll anything. So it's a
flip and write, isn't it?
It's a flip and write or something and write kind of style game on steroids is what I'll call it. It's a sequel design of Hadrian's Wall.
Yeah.
Not Adrian's Wall, but Hadrian's Wall.
Adrian's.
And
both of them are good. Both walls are good.
Yeah. And it's by, well, I've got a Renegade production, but it's Garphill Games. I think
it's Garphill Games, but Renegade have got local production.
There you go. Yeah. That's probably why they're on the box. And it's it's a whole history lesson in the book around 11th century. There's a period of time called the Anarchy where I think a certain king basically stepped onto the throne, and basically the whole country went, not really, not happy with this. And lots of rioting and pillaging of castles and stuff. History lesson over. Hope you learned something. That was really good. But generally, you are kind of playing where you've got your own keep, and it's basically constantly being invaded over 5 rounds, and you get in these cards where sometimes, depending on the round, you can kind of see what the invaders are going to do, which side they're going to attack your castle, and therefore what you need to put your defenses into, or what tactics you need to do to kind of fend off the bastards, as it were. So, and then sometimes in certain rounds, those cards are face down. So you get an idea, but you don't quite know if it's going to be the north side or the south side or whatever. So then you kind of have to kind of play around with that. So that's kind of driving you to kind of build up, your defenses. But what I will say is when you get your sheets, your big thick pad of 1 million sheets, which actually makes the box really heavy. And you think, God, there's a lot of stuff in here. No, it's mainly this massive pad. And you tear off 2 sheets, double-sided, and put them side by side. And then you look at it and go, but where do I start with this Excel spreadsheet? Because it is overwhelming. And you first look at it.
Hadrian's Wall was exactly the same.
Yeah, it's like you look at it and go, okay, what do I do? Where do I start? And you get a load of resources in the game. You get a load of people. You get serfs and patrons and blacksmiths and soldiers and knights and things like that. All different coloured meeples. And you get some resources and bread and whatever. And you're just spending them and go, right, I'm going to spend such and such to do a certain thing. And you tick off a box or you circle or whatever. And off you go. And it's just like a sandbox. It's like, doesn't hold your hand. Go and play. Go and tick some stuff off. And you're like, okay. So your first game is a bit like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. You're pushing those buttons, thinking, I can't really see how this all links together. But then by the time you've done your first go, you're like, I get it. Because you kind of then start to see some of the patterns. You kind of go, I should have invested in that track because that's going to give me this and da-da-da. So there's a lot of comboing, chaining stuff going on. It's just actually a lot of fun. So you feel like you're just in this real mind palace by yourself. It is multiplayer. But is it? But is it though? It's not. It's multiplayer solitaire. And I bought it mainly for solo. So I don't mind personally if it's, that kind of experience. I think the only interaction I can see in the game is that you can help your opponents and you get a benefit for doing it. That's it. Other than that, you're doing stuff yourself. But yeah, it's cool because the little castle you get, you've got some pieces which are like little dice for your gate, your moat. The walls are like cuboid rectangular pieces that you can level up and build your walls, and the towers are like little cylinders. So when you've done it, it actually looks like a cool little castle, and you can kind of see it grow and grow and grow and get better and better. And I really enjoy this game. I've played it like 3 times. I suck at it still. I still can't get over 60 VPs, which is really frustrating me. And I'm like, I'm going to do it one day. So I'm by no means any good at it, but I'm enjoying the experience it's given me, which is I want 90 minutes, an hour to 90 minutes of just
crunchy Excel
Excel solo, just, brain activated doing something. Because the problem I have with roll or something and write games, I get bored with them very easily because they're not always fulfilling for me because I like a heavier game, right? Now, the downside to that is the time, isn't it? It's how much time do you want to invest in this kind of or play a normal board game? But it feels like a proper board game. You're just scratching stuff off and with a pencil. And it's just got that kind of mid to, I'd say slightly heavier than mid weight complexity kind of wrapped into it in a nice, I'm scratching stuff off and getting stuff kind of vibe. And so, yeah, the kind of whole kind of board or bits of paper is kind of split into various different sections. You've got your kind of left side, which is mainly around your defenses, so all your walls, your gates, your towers and all those kind of things. You've got your tactics that you can invest in, so if you want to get like hot oil, arrows for your ballista and all those different things that you can kind of help to fend off the buggers that are coming to your gates. And then you kind of got these main kind of core tracks at the bottom, which is like might and bravery and all that kind of stuff. And that's mainly where your VPs are going to get measured. So you want to kind of build in those. And you're going to get stuff that, you know, the further up those tracks you get. And you got like a whole tech tree as well, kind of there.
Right, okay.
Which is basically you need to invest in ways, because what I haven't mentioned is that you can go off invading other castles. So you need ladders and you need battering rams and you need all of this kind of medieval tech to be able to go off and invade others. So it builds up your might and bravery and all that kind of stuff. So you kind of got all that. And then there's a whole bit where you spend money and you can get like loads of blacksmiths and different people as well. You can just kind of invest the money, which is also where the tech tree is kind of fed from. That's just the left sheet. The right sheet has got all of these different leadership tracks where you've got kind of a governance area where you can build buildings like your mint and keeps and stuff like that, and they're going to give you different bonuses. You've got a warfare area, you can build, you know, your ramparts. That's how you unlock your tactics for your castle. There's a whole religious bit where you can build little churches, and it goes on and on. But my favorite thing about it is the entertainment track, which is at the kind of bottom. And it all revolves around this deck that you get. Every player has this small deck of cards, and there's like these little mini games that you get to play off this just single deck of cards. So if you're going to enter into a tournament, because, you know, trying to keep your castle defended is, you know, people start losing morale. And that generally is a thing.
You do jousting to keep it.
And you want to get joy back into people's lives to cancel off the morale, which is like, you know, oh, people keep coming invading and killing everyone. Let's hold a tournament. Let's have fun. And basically, it's depending on the game that you're kind of playing. You jousting, you drawing these cards, and each card has, I don't know, 6 or 7 sections to it. So it depends on what kind of game you're playing. So, for example, with the tournament, he's got like a 3 spaces where you've got a lance, a shield, and a blank space. Draw one for you and one for your opponent, which is like just a random opponent. And if you joust a space on their card, you win. If you joust a defense on their card, then you tie, etc., etc. And you go 3 times. If you're still alive or you've won, then you get some bonuses. And there's just little kind of quirky things like that, which I quite enjoy.
It's like that too many bones thing, isn't it? We're doing a game, except for now you can do a little weird mini game, and then you can go back to the main game.
Then you go back to the main game. But you can kind of, you know, do some sort of pushy look elements in there as well, and so you don't have to do all that. But it's quite fun. But yeah, I surprised me actually how much it gives.
I had my eye on this from like the second they announced this, because I enjoyed After the Empire, which is exactly the same thing. It's build up a castle with cool 3D parts, because they're going to get invaded from different sides, and you need to do your Eurogamey thing to make the castle as good as possible. The problem was that the worker placement bit in the middle was just dross for me. I thought it was really plain and boring. Thanks whoever bought it at the Bring and Buy for I hope you're enjoying it.
Another one off the shelf.
But the actual concept of having a castle that you're going to defend and build up and kind of, they had 2 different types of troops. Some required food, some were mercenaries, they required gold, all those kind of things was really cool. And when the Anarchy was then announced, I was like, this is amazing. This is going to be brilliant. And then it was Garphill Games. Great. I've loved Paladins. Ezra came out recently. That's had great reviews.
Yeah,
I've watched some playthroughs of that. Looks like that's fantastic. And then it was and then literally about a week after I saw it, I saw the tagline sequel to Hadrian's Wall, and I thought, no, that's not for me. I'm the opposite to you. I like my roll and writes to be sharp and snappy, and they'll feel a bit samey, but I'm only going to play it for 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then I'm going to move on with my life, sort of thing. And the idea of putting all of that out and playing, as you say, like a solo game with other people on a massive roll and write was a bit like, it's such a shame, because I was really hoping that someone would take that after the Empire recipe and turn it into a board game where there was a bit more contention for resources or something like that. So I'm glad you're enjoying it, because it was my enthusiasm nosedived after 1 week, and I was just like, it's such a shame for me personally. But I'm glad that you've found a bit of love for it.
I knew that going in. I wouldn't ever play this multiplayer. I wouldn't put up a game event for it. I just don't see the point. You play your game, Kerley, over there. I've got no influence over it. You just scratch off. Are you done your scratching off bits? Yeah, great. I'd rather just do my own thing, and that's just my solo experience. I just don't see any personally value for playing that with other people. I'd play something else that actually means I can, dick you over, Kerley.
Sounds like a similar thing to playing War of the Ring with 3 or 4 players kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just doesn't add anything to the experience.
No, you just play it how it's intended to play it, which is fine. So, but that's it. Nice. I enjoyed it. I recommend it if you like that kind of thing. If you want a good crunchy puzzle for 90 minutes and get lost in and then go, why didn't I do so well? Then,
go for that.
Go for that. Nice. Give it a whirl. Nice. What about you?
So, recently I played Tiny Epic Pirates.
Arr.
It was one that had caught my eye as being not all of the tiny epics, unlike Tambo, not all the tiny epics kind of intrigue me in the same way that I think they do for Tambo, but it was one of those where Pirates genuinely did. I sort of looked at it and thought that I reckon this could add something a bit different that I haven't seen in other games. And with Tiny Epic Pirates, you are a pirate. And the winner,
shock horror.
The winner is the first person to bury 3 lots of treasure on this map, basically. And again, it's Tiny Epics. It's a tiny little box, and you place out their oversized cards into a grid of 4x4. 4x4, and that makes up the map. So it's going to be different every time, but there's quite a lot of similarity on all of, there's a few bits and pieces that will change things, which I'll talk about in a second. But you're going to have this 4x4 map, and your pirate ship is going to carry some cargo, and it's going to trade it in for money, or you're going to go looting and raiding. You're going to upgrade your crew and stuff like that, and you're going to become a legend by attacking other pirate ships and bits and pieces, which makes your crew, all your abilities slightly better. And then once you've got 12 or 13 gold, you will go and bury it somewhere, and you're going to do that 3 times. The first person to do that wins. If it's a tie, then I think it's the most legendary pirate wins, if I remember correctly. And the kind of your little personal bit is kind of the intriguing bit that caught me on this, I guess, is that it's a rondel where you can go round as far as you want, but you have to put down your little meeples to fill up the spaces you want to skip over. And that rondel is completely random each time. So the top spot is the same, it's fixed. And then all the rest of the actions are on a different part of this rondel. So all 4 of us will probably shuffle up these actions and put them out on the rondel different to each other. So it means that I might be more efficient with attacking people because the order they come out in. You might be more efficient in plundering or one of these other things. And then when you get all the way around the rondel, stuff happens. And so it kind of intrigued me, this idea of having to use your crew to move around, or you can move off of the rondel onto other spaces, which means your ship moves better or fires better and stuff like that. But moving around this rondel seemed like a cool idea when it was different each time. And I thought, I'm sure there's some imbalance in the order in which it comes out. There's potentially that. But either way, this will be an interesting experience to try. Now, your little ship can move so many spaces. And as I say, there's a number of things you can do. You can upgrade crew, and I'll talk about that in a little second. And you can, the main other things are you can go and attack a merchant vessel, which you'll steal their loot. You can attack another pirate ship, which will increase your legendary status, and will make their ship. They'll have like a downside by they have to move all their crew into kind of a used crew box for lack of a better word, and then you can move it out later. And then the other thing I say, apart from burying stuff, is you can plunder. I can't think what the other thing is, but you can sell your stuff at market as well, and that's a rotate. So as soon as someone sells an item, that goes to the bottom. That becomes the least valuable thing, and everything else moves up a step. So there's kind of if two of you are carting rum everywhere, one of you will get to it first, and then the other one's rum is almost worthless, sort of thing. So there's a little bit of push-pull on that. And it lasts a fair amount of time. I think we took about an hour and a half playthrough with a bit of a teach at the start. And for the most part, it's all kind of good fun. So you're going to upgrade your crew. When you attack someone, you roll some dice, and you get a hit for every number that's the same across the top of your crew, including your leader. So you can build heavily into, all of my crew have ones at the top of them, and if I roll some ones, you're dead.
Yeah.
But if I roll anything else, probably not. You'll probably escape, and I'll take the damage. Or you can go, one crew's got a 1 and a 2, the other's got a 3 and a 4, the other's got a 5 and a 6, and then whatever you get, you'll get a hit on, and you can boost it up and bits and pieces. And the trading bit works out, and say attacking these merchant ships that go across the board and back, they've kind of sort of AI'd to head towards one side of the board and back. All of that is great. And again, I played 2 players, so maybe in 3 or 4 players it'll get better, but I felt no need to attack another player. So it doesn't give you gold. You can't take their goods or anything. What it does do is it increases your legend track, which means your boat will get a bit faster or stuff, or you'll shoot a bit better with cannons and all that, no matter regardless of crew, and it will shake their crew and put them into the box. The thing with that is that it's really easy to put your crew back in place. There's so many different ways to do it. Certain crew, so a lot of the crew will have an action where it says, if you do this action, you get to do this secondary action or secondary ability. Yeah. So and because you can get so many crew so quickly, quite often there's one which is like, if you take an action, you immediately get to move all of your crew around. So because I don't get any goods which I could sell or any gold, I felt no need to attack any other player, which kind of felt like it took away from the point of being a pirate.
Yeah, that's one of the cool things about being a pirate, right?
Like, so the other bits were all fine. And this rondel thing worked, and so when you get to the end of it, when you get around the rondel, all of the ships you're going to raid move towards the other side. And the other thing is that the Navy ship comes after you, and it will come after you faster and I think more attack if the more treasure you've buried, because your infamy has gone up that you've managed to bury so much treasure. And there is a bit of a fun bit of kind of kiting this, because you can't attack the Navy. So trying to cart this Navy ship closer to your enemies, but where it can't quite get you. Yeah. In trying to push them away from what they might want to try and get. But it didn't feel like there was any real loss to losing any of you, not losing your crew, you don't lose it, but your meeple crew, for them going in their little box, because they could come back so quickly, and there felt no need to attack another pirate. And so it felt a little bit, I don't know whether it was too delicately balanced, or they were just afraid that, I think if you could take goods off other crew, of other pirate ships, it might be a bit too much, because you would gain a good and they would lose a good, and it might cause a bit too much disparity. So I don't know if it's too much of a gentle balance or whatever there, but it felt like it was a bit toothless, like it just didn't have for what I was expecting from a pirate game, it just didn't quite have that sort of meanness to it that I was kind of expecting, especially when it's kind of sold on the box of attack other pirates and all that kind of stuff. And there's, again, maybe at 3 or 4 player, because there's only a limited number of spots. Every card on it will have like 3 things that you can do, one of which is a cove, which means you can hide out from the Navy and they can't attack you if you're in a cove. But it's things like you can trade here, or you can buy things here, or you can upgrade crew here, all those kind of, I don't know, not upgrade, but or you can bury 12 gold worth of treasure here or whatever. So all the cards have something on them. So if all the coves are over one side of the map, it does kind of cause a weird skew, because it's harder to run away from the Navy. So there is bits and pieces in that board that make it a bit different, but it just felt like it was, a bit plain for pirate game, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I will play it a couple more times most likely before I hand it off, just to probably try it at 3 or 4 player.
Yeah.
But it didn't have the Tiny Epic Dinosaurs or Tiny Epic Galaxy sort of, yes, this is really hitting what I want it to.
Well, if you don't like it, I think we know someone who really likes Tiny Epic Games, don't we? Don't we, T?
Oh yeah, I'll try. I'll have to try it first.
Again, there is something there, but it's just I was expecting a bit more. I was hoping for a bit more having to attack other players, or when getting attacked would feel really harsh because it's pirate ship, and normally if you got attacked you're pretty much done for. As this is like, no, I might lose half a turn, it feels like, out of it. It's not
the end of the world.
It's not the end of the world sort of thing. So yes, there's just a couple of bits that I felt, again, potentially if you amp those things up, I've got a funny feeling it'd be too mean and it might be too imbalanced, but who knows. I had fun with it, but not enough.
Not enough. Who knows? Maybe Dead Reckoning's more your vibe. I don't know.
I've
never played it.
No, I've not.
It always intrigued me.
I'm not normally a pirates person, but I thought it was going fairly cheap and it's a Tiny Epic, and they're normally worth a try at least.
Yeah,
so.
Exactly. Cool.
Happy days.
Happy days.
Nice.
Right, let's move on to the main section then. So in this section, I thought we would discuss some games that kind of fill the same slot on the board game shelf, as it were. So I think there's quite a few. We've already talked about sort of potential bits and pieces this episode where games quite often, they'll come out and either they literally wholesale steal large amounts of mechanics off each other, or they just feel the same for some reason.
Yeah.
And so they compete for your time and your space and your money. So I thought, let's have a chat about that.
Sounds cool.
Happy days.
Yeah.
So if I kick off first,
Go for it.
and then hopefully you guys will kind of get the gist. What we'll do is we'll introduce the two games very briefly, why we think they sit in the same space, and have a quick discussion about them.
Let's do it.
So my first set is going to be Furnance and It's a Wonderful World. Both games that are played over 4 rounds. Both games that are fairly quick. Both games that are engine buildery in their nature, where every turn you've got more stuff to do and more things, and both of which are resource conversion. Ultimately, you are gaining resources to convert them into points in one way or the other. I think where the difference lies is that It's a Wonderful World is more of a Seven Wonders style drafting experience, where you are drafting and then you kind of play your cards down and then you turn those resources into those cards going into your engine, or they'll be worth victory points which go into your engine. And the other unique bit with it is that as you go along the line of resources, you can use those resources to then finish cards which might interact with the next step on each turn, and I think that's the unique twist there. With Furnance, the big unique twist is the bidding mechanic in the centre that's not the same. So I think the two reasons why I feel like they compete, I feel like they compete for the reasons I sort of said at the start, but I think their core difference really is the bidding versus the drafting. And so, yeah, I feel like I am constantly sort of wanting, every time I want to play one of those, I am sort of, well, am I going to show It's a Wonderful World off or Furnance off? And I've started to get to know some people have sort of said they were like one over the other. So I quite often say, well, let's play this, let's play that. But I think they both inhabit that sort of same an hour engine building, 4 turns, sort of snappy space.
Yeah.
And I really like both of them. They're both on my shelf still. For me, I think one of the things that is different is that I really like the It's a Wonderful World expansion, whereas I think the Furnance expansion, which is loads of modules, detracts from the game rather than adds to it personally. But if you just played Furnance on its own, and if you played It's a Wonderful World either on its own or with expansion, I think they're both, for me, very comparable. Have any of you played either of them?
Yes, both of them.
Both of them.
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah.
Only once each, actually, I think.
Yeah, I've only played Furnance. That's only recently as well.
So what's your thoughts on that sort of comparison? Do you think do you feel like they're in the same space?
Yeah, I do. I understand why you've put them together, even though I see mechanically there's elements, but I'd say that they feel different, but they still have that kind of same vibe that it gives you. So I can completely understand why you've put those together. I mean, for me personally, Furnance edges it.
Yeah.
Because I still play that game and go, damn, like that's an hour. I've my head has just gone for an hour, and I can't believe it's just been an hour.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think it's it does something special for 60 minutes of game. So yeah, Furnance wins. Would kick it out. The other one, yeah.
I'd agree with most of that. It's comparable for sure.
Yeah.
I'm the opposite though. I actually probably marginally prefer It's a Wonderful World, but
Diversive. I like this.
That's got, I think, more to do with, because I was thinking about it. Why do I prefer it? I don't. I think I much prefer the aesthetic or the theme.
Okay. Yeah.
I
you don't like 19th century
no
beige.
I really don't.
Industrial revolution style.
It doesn't affect things massively, but it definitely doesn't add to it for sure.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like It's a Wonderful World did. I thought it was quite colourful and quite nice on the table.
I think the theme's paper thin, but it's a fun theme all the same.
I mean, more the aesthetic. I would say, for me. It's more appealing. But yeah, I think.
Cool.
Game-wise, I don't think there's very much difference as far as what is the better game. But yeah, I'd probably lean towards It's a Wonderful World.
Nice. I think I did lean towards It's a Wonderful World, and then I played 250 games of the base game on BGA.
Yeah.
Because I can literally play it in like 4 or 5 minutes some games if people don't take too long, because everyone's drafting simultaneously and all that kind of stuff. So it's kind of quick. And now I have to play with the expansion. And I get frustrated sometimes when because I'm in the pattern now. All right, I'm starting off with this. I know I need to do this.
Yeah.
And the expansion throws it out. So I then get a little bit annoyed that it's different. So It's a Wonderful World has that. As I say, Furnance, the last 3 games I've played have had a module from the expansion in, and I don't like any of them. So I feel like I need to kind of refresh my palette for Furnance by just playing a base game and starting again. But they're both... I've rated them, I think, both 9 out of 10 on BGG, so they're both like real top of the shop games for me, but definitely feel like they compete for time and space. If I didn't have one of them, I would certainly just play all the other one more because of it.
It's fair. It's a good start.
So
Makes sense.
T?
Oh, you're going with me, right?
I'm going to go with you.
Not quite so complicated games, but there's 2 that are very similar that I got. So I go with 2 dice battling games that are on my shelf, which is Dice Thrones, and you got Kapow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, similarity-wise, they are literally 1v1, or, I mean, you can do 2v2. Even with Kapow, you can with the stuff I've got. So, yeah, you're rolling, hitting. There's 2 major different kind of mechanics which have got them. Obviously, Dice Thrones, you've got your deck building a little going on. Well, we say deck building, you're drawing from a card deck to get the other stuff going on and costing. And Kapow, you're building your own dice, basically, to make it more powerful to the character. I think they're 2 very similar games. Since I bought Kapow, I've never played Dice Thrones since. Because if someone says they want to have a little bite, I just don't see that. But I think Kapow's got just the building your own dice to your character. I think it's just much more fun than Dice Thrones and rolling and just trying to get cards that you really want. They upgrade cards that you might not ever see. Yeah. I think they're 2 very similar games, and Kapow for me. I'm not sure many of you played Kapow. I know Adrian has.
I haven't
played it. Yeah.
I'd like to, because it's got that Dice Forge, clicky clacky, put stuff into a dice kind of, I would say mechanic, but fun factor. But I've never had the opportunity to play Kapow. But having played Dice Throne, I'd always choose the other one because I'm not a big fan of Dice Throne. No. I can't even tell you why I'm not a big fan. I just don't know. There's just something about it.
Did you play it 1v1?
Yeah.
Because I remember we played it in a 4-player, and even I wasn't that impressed with it.
We played a 4-player, don't do it. Played a 3-player, even worse, don't do it.
Yeah.
I think I sat out for that game for 20 minutes watching you and Davey finish each other off. But you know what I mean. And I have played 1v1. It's all right.
Yeah.
It's just, for me, it's not doing anything new or exciting. Whereas at least Kapow seems to be like, dice, build dice, do stuff, cool.
It's not just that, but
it's the hidden mechanic.
Yeah, it's the hidden. You put the dice on the areas of your board to say, well, because you roll them, and then it's like, right, I can do this, this, and this.
Okay.
and then
It's all him.
reveal.
And then pow, 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 trip, punch,
Yeah.
punch,
And
punch,
then-
kick. Oh, that's cool.
But also, each character has reasons why they might do certain things. So one character might have, I'll block all damage if I just use these 2 dice or this 1 dice. or
Yeah,
something like
yeah.
that. So it's like, well, am I? If
What's
he
he
rolls,
doing?
if he
Yeah.
rolls that, I'm kind of scuppered. So do I put everything in attack and he might just blank it for 1 or for 1 dice, or do I do other cool stuff, build up my engine? And if he uses it, he might have wasted it because it's like once per like a battle or something like that.
So is that like simultaneous then? So
Yeah.
you and your
Yeah.
opponent are rolling, figuring that out, and then reveal and see what
Reveals.
happens.
Yeah.
That's already more
And then
exciting.
The first player
It
already
does make-
first player gets the first attack, basically.
Yeah.
And if at the end of the round, if you're the highest defense gets the first player. So,
Okay.
so you got to think you really need the first player because you really hit first next time.
Yeah.
So if you're both equal health at the end, you got to think, right, I've got to get the first hit in, and then the other player's got high defense. It's really good in that sense. Yeah. It's definitely all simultaneous. That's what makes it better than Dice Thrones, isn't simultaneous, is it? So
Yeah.
Dice Throne looks more polished.
It does.
As a game, much
Yeah.
more polished. Like Kapow has that. For me, Kapow has that. It's trying to do 80s cheesy comic, but it actually just feels like basement drawing comic kind of thing. But I still, mechanically, it's so much better to me.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, I think Dice Forge just went balls deep in the thematics, didn't they?
Yeah.
Dice Throne.
Throne,
Dice
yeah.
Throne. Just, the whole Marvel, they got Marvel in on it, didn't they, as
Yeah.
well, and a few other bits and bobs. But yeah, that's the way they went with it. But I think as a game, Adrian's quite right.
Yeah, that's the first example for me.
nice.
So has it taken the space? Or you still got both?
I still got both.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it actually has.
Yeah, I haven't touched Dice Thrones since. So
There you go.
yeah.
JP?
Yeah, so I've got one of my favourite, couple of games, which is Imperium and Star Trek Captain's Chair. Reason why they are fighting for the same space is because they're both designed and based around the same system, although they're not literally clones of each other, so they are different. So Imperium came out first, set civilization style theme where you can pick Romans, you can pick the Celts, you can pick pretty much up to now 30 nations that can do all sorts of weird and wacky stuff.
Like Mars and stuff, isn't it?
Oh, Martians are in there,
Martians
yeah.
in there.
Martians, oh God, all sorts. The cultists. There's just so much now in that game. And it still is genuinely a joy for me to kind of play and explore these nations and work out that cerebral cortex of mine to see if I can actually bloody get anywhere with that game. And then this thing, Star Trek Captain's Chair, came out and got announced. I don't know, what was it, last year or whatever? And I was like, ooh, what's this? And I thought, wow, it's just going to be a clone, isn't it? And actually, when I got my hands on it and started to play it, it's like, no, it's not just a clone. It is its own thing. And I find that it's cleaner as a system now. Like the way it works, it's not less complicated. If anything, I think it's probably more complex in certain aspects in terms of the decision paths it's giving you, the choices, which 4 or 5 things do you want to do on the card you're playing or interacting with. Do you want to play that into your tableau and then activate other things on that card? Like it is just a whole nest of choice, which for me, I really love. I relish in that. I go, what do I do? It's just so cool. And it's Star Trek, right? It's just a theme I enjoy. And it just does things in a cleaner way. That, like, even the end scoring, right? The thing I love Imperium to death. And then I get to the end and go, right, I'm exhausted. And now we've got to score this thing. And I go, oh, God, I've got to score this thing. Because it is a faff. Because the way you've got your tableau, and some nations are, I don't know, you look at the board state, and Kerley, you'll know this, you've got, I don't know, 20, 30 cards out there. Half of them I've got, depending on conditional endgame points, if this is happening or that's happening, count this, do this, and you just go, where do I start with this? And then Star Trek Captain's Chair just does it in such a clean way, and you can score within under 2 minutes, and you're done. Whereas the other one, you're still going, and I have to use apps to help me because it's just So for me, they're not. I own both, and I'm happy at the minute to own both. And the reason why I think Imperium's still in my collection is because there's 30 nations to play around with.
And Captain's Chair's not had any expansions yet.
So Captain's Chair's got 6 captains. So it's
I thought you were going to say 6 expansions. I was like, is this an exclusive that we've heard of?
No. Well, they've announced box 2.
Yeah.
6 more captains, and they've announced another expansion to kind of go alongside box 1 and 2, which is 3 more captains. So there's 9 more captains on the way, all been announced, all in board game news and all that kind of stuff. And that's cool because I can totally see Captain's Chair leveling up the amount of choice and options. And then one day, because, shelf space is limited,
Yep.
I'm going to have to make a choice. Mm-hmm. It will win.
So Captain's Chair's 2-player only,
It's 2-player only.
whereas Imperium is 4-player.
4-player only. Not only. No, that's wrong. It's 1 to 4 players. Yeah.
Does that pay any?
I think it's a 2-player anyway.
Yes.
That's
I think I think Kerley's right. I have played 4-player Imperium and I have enjoyed it.
3 and 4-player.
Yeah, I have enjoyed it, but I have to be. And we played at a convention. It was late one evening. That's the game you played, T, right?
Fox and Hounds.
Yeah, Fox and Hounds. And I really enjoyed that game because I think everyone was in a kind of relaxed, it doesn't matter how long it takes kind of vibe.
Nice.
Yeah, and if everyone's in that vibe, it doesn't matter because we're all there. We're not going anywhere. We haven't got anywhere to be. And it works. But if you're playing that on a regular evening when you got work the next day, because Imperium's not a quick game, even at 2-player, it's not a fast game. Add 2 more players in there, especially if people don't know the game. It's a lot of waiting around. There is. There's not a lot you can do. So Kerley's right. It sings better at 2. It's faster at 2.
So therefore, it's not such a consideration.
So therefore, it's kind of like that. So then it comes down to which theme sings to you more. Do you like the Civilization style theme or do you like Star Trek? Even if you don't like Star Trek, mechanically, Captain's Chair is a tighter experience. It's a cleaner experience and it's still worth a go, even if you like sci-fi in general.
I was going to say, I don't know much about Star Trek, so I watched all of Next Gen and then pretty much nothing else of Star Trek. But I will have captains then that I will know.
Yeah.
Because I know Next Gen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got
So
Picard and others that will come.
nearly.
Nearly. Just in case. I'm not saying. So yeah, at the minute I've got the shelf space, it's fine. But one day I can totally see me having to make that choice, and I think Captain's Chair will edge it. So,
Nice.
There we go.
Kerley.
Yeah.
Tell us about your competing games.
Yeah, there's loads to choose from, and I didn't know which way to go because, are they too similar, mechanically and everything else? But I decided on, in the end, an interesting talking point, mainly actually because of JP, and we'll see if my prediction is correct in a minute. So I've picked Eclipse, and now to make it a bit closer, I've gone for TI 4-player.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, so just to kind of throw in both together. So
He's gone very specific. 4-player on both.
I think they're 2 different games when you make them higher player counts.
He's not
just
wrong.
Purely because of the timing, really.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Twilight Imperium 4, I've played at 4-player a few times now, and you can get it done in 4 to 5 hours. Almost like in normal board game territory rather than a super
6-7 hour game.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 hours, which is what it is at 6 to 8 players. So, so fighting them off against each other, they both feel very similar. They got that sort of hex tile. You sort of go around expanding your little empire, gaining new resources, new planets, and, exploring the universe essentially. Going for victory points in multiple different ways. Of course, there are plenty of differences between the two, same as with any other games that weren't made by the same people, essentially. But yeah, just interested to get people's take on what one they think is the better game. I think I've flip-flopped with it. So what I mean by that is I think there was a point where I'd got a little bit of fatigue with Twilight Imperium.
Yeah, I remember that point.
Too many epic games, dragged on too long. And it kind of felt like I think I had 2 or 3 games in a row where I felt like JP felt. Do you remember that one Twilight Imperium where you just got absolutely hammered and you checked out about a third of the way through?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think we all do, mate.
Yeah. Was I playing the Mahak Gene Sorcerers by any
I
chance?
think so, where you had to be aggressive and it didn't work out for you or something.
Don't know.
Yeah, so that's so there was a point, but then when I discovered the 4-player, I've kind of fallen back in love with it a little bit more, and the expansions helped with that, and having the right people at the table and all those kind of things. And with Eclipse, although I'm interested to hear JP's opinion, I still really love that game. I love the exploration. I find that more interesting. I think it's more of a... This is going to sound stupid because Twilight Imperium is as well, but it's a little bit more of an action dice chucky random kind of game than Twilight Imperium is. But a lot of people, I think, would actually say that of Twilight Imperium.
I think TI is the more random dice chucky of the two.
I think because of the exploration element, mate, I completely disagree.
The randomness of it, you build your own dice, don't you? Because you build your own ships in Eclipse.
Yeah, yeah, there is that. I mean, hey, look, you can analyze it in any different way. It feels a little bit more Ameritrash versus grand strategy. So yeah, it's still really close, but I'd say Twilight Imperium takes it this time at the moment. And I'm interested in everyone's opinion, but I predict JP's as well. But I'm going to listen to him before I.
Yeah. I mean, the answer is I've gone through this battle, right?
You've put them both in a room.
I've had them both in a room on my shelf, and only one of them remains because T's got one of them, right? So Eclipse is the one that lost out for me, and it's not like I don't like Eclipse. I still play Eclipse today. I've got no problem with Eclipse. I got to the point after 30 plus games of Eclipse that it tells the same story. I go through the same arc with that game, and you could probably argue the same with TI if I'm being honest. But I don't know. I just felt like with Eclipse, it's round 1. Explore a lot. Round 2, maybe fight an ancient. Round 3, upgrade this. Round 4, and then inevitably get to round 7 or 8, and then we'll have a big fight between each other over the space egg, and it's just the same kind of thing. And I feel like, and again, I suppose it depends on your play style, and maybe it's just me not playing in a different way, but it just, I don't know. I just got to the point where I'm like, it's just the same thing again. And it happened a few times, and I just think I'm maybe done with it, and that's okay. So T went, I'll have it, because you love it, don't you, T? Yeah. And that's cool. Whereas TI, I agree with you. The 4-player's been really, really, it's injected some new energy into the game. Whereas, I love we played a 7-player once, and it was brilliant. I really enjoyed our 7-player and yours, Kerley, a year or two ago, whenever we did it. It was a really good game. But my God, when you leave that game, I'm going to say it, you are fucked, right? You are exhausted, not only because you're setting it up and you play for that long, you tear it down and you get home and you're like, see you next year. Whereas actually a 4-player, you feel like you got more energy to play that game more often. And I'd happily play a 4-player like 8 times in a year without me getting fatigue over it. And because there's so much variety in TI, in the factions, I don't know how many there are now. I can't remember. There's a lot.
God, loads.
Yeah, 25, 30?
Yeah,
I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
With the expansion. And, shout out to Thunder's Edge, right? New TI expansion been announced recently.
Makes your game £300 yet?
Yeah.
Before you bought them at?
It's happening, baby.
I know I've spoken to 2 people who own it who are like, no.
I'm doing it. I love
it. The base with the expansion was enough.
Yeah.
Happy with that. Another £100 for what is essentially a new mode and a couple of new races.
Yeah.
Is maybe a bit much.
It is. It is. But the fact that
the completionist in you needs.
Yeah, the completionist in me will probably get it. But it's a game I can't see me ever getting rid of ever. That game that will stay with me forever because
until 5th edition comes out.
Until 5th edition, then I'll be very annoyed.
Yeah,
I've already gone through 3rd to 4th in literally a month or something, and that pissed me off at the time. But I did it.
That's a bit different, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
you've had your fun out of 4.
4 have had money's worth for sure, but
3 barely hit your shelf.
3 was 1 or 2 games.
4,
and then
2 weeks later or something. Brilliant.
But it is what it is. But no, I think TI will be forever in that collection. I can't see me selling it. For me, it's unique enough in its own category that it just sits there and stays there. And even if I only play it once a year, it's fine. no problem.
Nice.
Okay, that's my opinion.
So my second pick, and I think people are going to think this is a stretch, but hopefully as I explain it, people will think it's less of a stretch, is Great Western Trail versus Lacromosa.
Oh, okay. I thought he was going to say like New Zealand versus base. Or
No.
Yeah,
Again, I was trying to stay away from the really close.
Yeah,
So I was trying not to go, Terraforming Mars or Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition. Like
classic.
that kind of thing, yeah. So I was trying to stay Pandemic versus Pandemic Iberia. I was trying to stay away from that.
Yeah, that's fair.
So Great Western Trail and Lacromosa are both mid-weight Euros. They're both really beige to look at, even with the jazzed up second edition Great Western Trail. They are both brown boards, but they both have deck building in them. So in Lacromosa, you are never building a deck in the sense of it never gets bigger, but you are swapping cards in and out.
Yeah.
And both of them affect your resources and your actions. I think Lacromosa does it more prominently, but Great Western Trail, you can build the buildings that affect green cattle or whatever more, or like rely on that, or you can build it so you stop at those points more. And so I think both games affect your resources and your sort of scoring and actions as well. Both of them have upgrading board mechanics. So one, Lacromosa, you'll get like the things at the bottom of the musical sheet, which will give you one-off bonuses, but also will give you bonuses for doing certain types of actions. Whereas Great Western Trail is, okay, well, I've unlocked this, I can do this action twice when I visit the cogs, or I'll gain +1 movement. So you're gaining on both. Like both of them have a board that upgrades as you go. And then both of them kind of have I don't know how best to describe it, but both of them have multiple paths that you are going to go down one of them heavily.
Yeah.
Now, the main difference, apart from the fact that one's about Mozart being dead and finishing his legacy, and the other's about herding cattle, which is quite a big difference from thematic point of view. The big difference is that one's a rondel, which you and there is some similarities here. So one's a rondel ultimately that you will put obstructions in the way, or you're going to pit your own buildings, which you're going to only visit, and it kind of fashions how people react and don't react on that front. The other is a bit of area control, which you don't have at all in Great Western Trail, but the other bit is really driving this carriage around, and you can affect other people by going one direction when they want to go in the other. And so I think they both have a similar kind of push and pull mechanic onto how you can affect other people and the way they want to go. The area control means that some people won't want to go down certain routes of kind of unlocking certain things that will give them a bonus on Lacromosa side. So I think one is ultimately going to kick the other out, and they've got similar things, but they're not the same game. But they are ultimately competing for that mid-weight Euro space. I suppose personal thoughts are that I've got two groups, and I reckon I will struggle to get Lacromosa to this group because you're all Great Western Trail diehards.
Oh, I quite like Lacromosa.
I know you did, but generally I think it's a harder sell to this group. I think my other group, Great Western Trail, is a harder sell for, but I think they both fill a very similar place, and they're both games I really enjoy. Great Western Trail has the expansion that you can add on to it, and ultimately if you then wanted to, you could buy New Zealand, but I think Great Western Trail with the expansion does a similar enough job anyway. I think there's more to New Zealand, but I think Great Western, teaching someone, you can't teach, I wouldn't want to teach someone New Zealand straight from the off. I'd want to teach them Great Western Trail base and then add an expansion, rather than, I think there's a little bit too much going on that elevates it into that upper mid compared to Great Western Trail base or Lacromosa. And I'm really undecided. I genuinely don't know which way I want to go. I think I like the base conceit of Lacromosa with the tucking cards above and below, to give you your actions and then to decide what resources you'll generate at the end of round. But I think I prefer the board state of Great Western Trail with that rondel and selling when you get to the end. Yeah, I don't know who's played Lacromosa in our group apart from JP.
I haven't.
Have you, Kerley?
No, I haven't. I mean, the theme couldn't interest me less, which is probably the reason why I haven't played it. But I know that shouldn't be an answer, but it is.
Oh, yeah, it absolutely will be.
Yeah, but I love Great Western Trail, but it's difficult for me to get into this discussion without having played both. So,
yeah, I've played both. And theme side, I think mechanically I prefer Lacromosa. But then I haven't played it for 2 years.
Yeah, I played it like 3 times back to back, 4 times back to back, and then kind of didn't play it for a little while.
Yeah. And the production on it's really good, and it feels like a nice experience playing that game from memory.
Yeah. I think it is really tough because I think the deck curation is really important in both. But I feel like it more directly is impacted on Lacromosa side, whereas I think the player upgrade and the scoring at the end of the buildings you build. So say some buildings you'll want to have more of certain type of cattle, which means you'll try and build your stuff that way potentially. I think that has ultimately more effect as well.
Yeah.
Like to how you build buildings. And I think you've got a little bit more scope in Great Western Trail to how you go which way. But yeah, I don't know that I have an answer for this. I really don't. But they are definitely competing for space. The more I look at it, the more I'm like, it's going to be one of these two. One of them will win out and the other one will go.
Yeah.
But I don't know which one it is.
No.
I genuinely don't. Like,
it's toughy.
With Furnance and It's a Wonderful World, I think It's a Wonderful World would eventually win.
Yeah.
Oh, but it'd be really close, and I'd probably keep both on the shelf for a while. I feel like Lacromosa or Great Western Trail, one of them is going to win out.
Yeah.
And it's going to go, but I don't know which one.
Fair.
Nice.
Time will tell.
Time will tell. T, second set.
I've been trying to think. You're probably not going to like me, Adrian, because it's not quite as diversity, but I'm going to go with, and you guys probably haven't played them, so I'm going to go with keep going the Zombicide era. So I'm going to go with Zombicides. Generally, I'm going to say the second edition just for that. Okay. And I'm going to go with Zombicide, Marvel Zombicide.
As a Marvel Zombies.
As a Marvel Zombies. So you either play as the fighters or you play as the zombies.
Yeah.
Now I haven't got the second edition, but I've got Zombicide Evade, which is like Alien Zombies, which is just good. And that's in space. And I've got Marvel Zombicide now. And they're obviously very similar. You fight off hordes of zombies, but you're not fighting hordes of zombies, you're fighting off hordes of shields. Shield agents, basically. You are the Marvel heroes as zombies and you're trying to eat the shield agents. So it's the same thing. You're rolling loads of dice, pushing your dice. The difference, I suppose, you're finding weapons in Zombicide to get more dice and get cooler weapons, which is a cool thing, right? I like that. And the puzzle side of it is not that puzzly. It's kind of, you know what to do. You just got to find weapons and then you get yourself in position to kill zombies and might and do your objectives. But the Marvel zombies, that hunger mechanic makes the game a bit more puzzly for me. And I actually really enjoy that. And that's so every time you start, you go up a hunger, and then you get more dice and more hunger. You've only got 2 abilities basically. You got one that you can eat, and you got your other, say that Ironman's got missiles. That's the only 2 you can do, and you don't have choice of that, which seems like it's a bit boring, but it's actually really not. It's quite interesting. So yeah, the more hunger you get, the more dice you add to your original ability basically. So you want to be hungry to get more dice, so you get more hits. But then you're pushing yourself to the top, and then if you go to the top of your hunger, you're ravenous, and all you can do is devour. So you can either move and devour one person. You can only roll as many dice as you like. You roll on 5 dice normally when you're ravenous, but if you get one hit, you're only eating one person. That's a whole action done, and it's kind of punishing. So you've got to really time yourself really well on that situation, and I think it makes it such a different game. But I do love all the Zombicides. I mean, I say the second edition because the second edition, when you have the rollout, you had the break mechanic into your guns. That's also very good. So you have the red dice and you can roll more hits, but you've got the chance of breaking your weapon, so you're going to lose your weapon. That just one mechanic makes it awesome as well. Yeah. So that's why I've chosen those 2, because normal Zombicides, you don't get that. But yeah, they're both on my shelf. And if I had to get rid of one, I wouldn't know which one to do, because I do enjoy both of them. But I think the Marvel one, because of the hunger mechanic, it just makes it such a great fun game. Yeah. Much more better because it's more of a puzzle. People I know it's a push your luck, roll your dice game, and people say that's what you do in Zombicide. But when the Marvel one, you have to think about it. You really do. You have to think as a team and actually figure out when you're going to be. And if you're getting too hungry, you've got to make sure that person goes first because he's got to eat. Otherwise, you're just going to get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
And the abomination side of it, you get the heroes come in, and that's a bit different in the Marvel as well. Some of them are easy to kill, some of them are really hard. But I think that's better. Normally, you just have to have a Molotov or something and kill him with a high thing.
A strength,
in Marvel Zombicide, it's completely different. They've got, like, Spider-Man's got 4 health. Doctor Strange has got 3 health, but he has he's a spawn point, basically. So when he comes in, you've got another spawn point going in, which is cool. But he's only got 3 health. So you can actually kill him quite easily, but you've got to get to him. And it's just much better.
Cool. So for me, I've been thinking, as you guys have been talking, and I've actually gone off list now. I had this other ones on my list, and I've decided to abandon them. And it's kind of like a menage a trois of actually 3 games.
What? That wasn't in the...
I know. So
didn't say you were allowed a third one. What are you doing?
I'm just kind of going off script. But I'll briefly talk about one and then move on to the 2.
Okay.
Which is then allowed, right? So the 3 games I feel are kind of within the same feeling that I get when I play them, is Quacks, Cubitos, and Taverns of Tiefenthal. Right? 2 of them are designed by the same person, which is Quacks and Taverns. Cubitos has a very much a similar vibe to Quacks in the fact that you're doing a similar thing. You're building a bag or you're building a collection of dice, right? So for me, Cubitos won out on Quacks because I own Cubitos, and we've had fun with it as a family, and then introduced Taverns into the mix. Again, not the same game. Mechanically, they're very different, but they give me the same family-friendly experience that the others do. So I just naturally pull them into the same category, which is kind of weird, but it does. It basically how I feel. So now I've got Cubitos and I've got Taverns battling each other for space. Taverns has been winning out a lot lately, mainly because of its modular nature. For me, just playing base Taverns is fine, and I'd play base Taverns any day, but I'd rather have the modules in. Right? I'd rather put, the reputation track in, or the drafting cards at the start, or I'd just add a bit more.
Schnapps.
There's the schnapps. You got to have the schnapps. Like, at least get the schnapps in. The guest book, and then with the Open Doors expansion, which I still haven't played yet, with the wine and guest house and all that kind of stuff. So I think Taverns of Tiefenthal wins out because of its variability, whereas Cubitos, you've got the 4 tracks, you got your dice, you've got an expansion for it that nobody can ever get their hands on it. I've still looked. This expansion got released 2 years ago. Foul play, can't get hold of it. Don't know why. Just I think they released it in America, and then that's it. So,
well, you were over there recently. You could have had a look over
I looked. I thought I'm going to try and find it, but I think the expansion just gives you more tracks and 2 more dice colors. And my problem with Cubitos, and I think it's an excellent game. I think if you got family and you want that kind of quite fun game of just racing around the track and collecting loads of dice, little cute dice that you just throw together. It is great fun, and I'll play it any day. But I kind of feel like Cubitos needs, I know we talked about this before, but it needs that edge. It needs a bit of like knobbery, like Mario Kart knobbery, that you can mess with other players a little bit more. I think that's kind of why it's losing out to Taverns. I'm not saying Taverns has got knobbery, but it's just a different modular nature. I just enjoy building my pub and enjoy running my pub and getting money and beer and guests and doing that kind of stuff. So,
Kerley, your final.
Well, my one's going to be a little bit weird, and I'm picking this one. Well, no, I'm loving these games at the moment, but also because I think JP's the opposite to me, which I think is quite interesting, is Elder Scrolls Betrayal of the Second Era and JP?
Cloud Spire. No, too many bones.
Yeah, quite right. So I've been playing, obviously I bought mine at the UKGE, but Elder Scrolls. The UKGE, absolutely loving it, playing through with Rob, learning the rules, having a really interesting narrative experience with it, like literally getting into it, feeling my character. I feel like my character is actually kind of got a personality, and like I'm actually playing through a campaign like a computer game, and it's the first board game experience I've had like that where I felt a bit more attached. Probably no, the original game we played, Gloomhaven, would probably count as that as well. But getting really into the narrative side of it, feeling my character. We just picked up a side quest, and I'm running at the moment with 2 classes just because that's what the card said, and so now I'm playing as a bard as well, and kind of getting to learn that, and that was really good fun. I'm probably going to ditch my original class and go with the bard one now because it was so much fun.
Brave Sir Robin, Sir Robin.
It's really interesting, really fun. I would say we've not perfected the game yet. We're still way slower than we should be and everything else, but we're kind of learning the game together and just chilling out and doing it and not worrying about time. If we don't finish it, no problem, we'll put it away. And so I'm having a really interesting experience. But I mean, it wasn't even a close fight until recently, because I have been enjoying Too Many Bones a lot more. Like, for me, I've never really got into Too Many Bones as far as I find it fun, but I've never really got into the narrative. And I still think that that's definitely where Elder Scrolls has got the strength. Because mechanically they're very similar, and I can see some advantages in Too Many Bones mechanically. I still maintain that I think and this is where it falls down for me. I think Too Many Bones is a little bit broken as single player and 2-player. If I'm honest, I think it's too difficult for even if you start on the easiest setting, it's still very tough if you go on the wrong. What are the enemies called in that again?
Baddies.
The
big bads.
Yeah.
Tyrants.
Yeah, if you pick the wrong tyrant, it can be really punishing. Like, I think Becky played a game the other day where she played the tyrant. This is not knocking you, by the way, but the tyrant you recommended.
Drellin.
And the opening fight, she had to restart like 6 times because it's got that one ability, break, and she just couldn't get through it because of the character she'd chosen was Patches, and she just couldn't defeat the 2 level 1 mobs that both had break because it ruins your attack, and that's all you start off with, really. So I do think I think Elder Scrolls for me is a better balanced game and better narrative game, but I've really come to appreciate Too Many Bones more than I had done previously. That's for sure. But yeah, and I think you've got the exact opposite opinion of that, more than likely, I think. So I'd be interested to hear your take. But yeah, I don't think without Becky being in the house, I don't think I would have both, which is why it's interesting.
Yeah, I'm surprised that you've got Bones. Because when we played last with Becky, I was surprised that she went off and went, oh yeah, I've just ordered it. All right, okay.
Yeah, she loved it.
Yeah, which is cool for Becky to get that experience of Bones. But yeah, I agree. I've made no kind of surprises about it. I prefer Bones. I think when I was playing Elder Scrolls, over the past how many sessions we did a run through with Rob as a free player, and obviously I've been following it since inception. The IP, I think for me it's the IP. I think it's just generic fantasy. It could be any franchise slapped on, and I don't think I care. Now, if it had an IP I cared about, I'd probably feel very different about it. But I get why Elder Scrolls for you're like, it's freaking Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Like, I've had so much, hours poured into probably Skyrim and all these other areas.
And Rob loves a generic dungeon crawler,
and he does love a generic dungeon crawler. Now, for me, Bones takes the piss out of itself. It knows it's in this generic fantasy world, and it constantly just takes the piss out of itself. The fact that it's in this world and everything is just like stupid and not serious, and it's just weird and quirky, and I like it for that. But I think if I'm going to distill it down to why I like it better, I like it as that one-shot nature. I just like the fact I'm going to start that game and I'm going to get to the end, and it's going to be freaking epic, and hopefully everyone will have a good time, or we might fail. But hopefully the journey has been fun. But it's done then. And I can pack it away and go, that was fun. And then maybe I'll build the character different next time I play that character or whatever. Now, Elder Scrolls gives you the same thing, but it's just drawn out a lot longer, right? So you get a slower burn, shall we say, because you get 3 game sessions to get to the end, right? And it's just getting into the...
But is each game session like 6 hours?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's the same length as a Too Many Bones campaign, but 3
correct.
back-to-back
3 of them.
ones. Right, okay.
So it's like 3 Too Many Bones games, and then you're done.
See,
and
I prefer that. Literally prefer that. Like,
nothing wrong with that.
yeah,
It's a personal preference thing.
100%.
It's not a game's fault. The game's designed that way. And actually, I think Elder Scrolls as a game is fantastic. Like, don't get me wrong, I prefer Bones, but that's just me. But it is a fantastic game. And if you haven't played it, you should absolutely give it a go. Because mechanically it's sound. I do agree with you. I think it's better balanced. I think they've learned a lot through Bones. They've tweaked the system. They've done a lot to make it work. But yeah, it might be because I spent a fortune on Bones. That's might be why I prefer it. But no, I just like the package that it gives you, and and the experience, and the fact it's like a one and done, and it's like, yeah, that was fun, done. Move on with my life, do something else. But then that's me in campaign games, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
So short attention span.
I haven't played Elder Scrolls, but so the Too Many Bones games we played recently, which
Yes.
kind of, I did the same as Becky, just I didn't pull the trigger on it, was I looked it up and I thought, I do like Too Many Bones. And then my first thought was, I will never play my own copy of it.
Yeah.
Because I have so many other legacy games and epic games and all that lot that I play on a regular basis, you know, like even like Primal and Apex Legends and all that lot, that I was like, I can't see when I'm going to get a 6-hour game of Too Many Bones in. And so I actually started looking at Elder Scrolls and didn't really get much further than just starting to have a look. But what I was hoping you were going to say was, oh, it turns out it's 5 3-hour campaigns or something like that, because then I could have got into it more.
That's how we do it.
Oh, right, okay.
So we don't play 3 sessions.
No.
It's too
And you
long.
can do that, right?
Yeah, exactly. So the only thing that I would say is there is a save mechanic in there that works really well.
Right.
For me, the biggest obstacle to Elder Scrolls, similar to Frosthaven Gloomhaven, is a setup. So I'm leaving it set up all the
okay.
time, and we can jump straight in, and we're good to go in 10 minutes.
Fair enough.
That is a big advantage, and we do it in 5, 6 smaller 3-hour sessions.
Yeah.
See, that feels more appealing to me and my lifestyle sort of situation, because I love Too Many Bones, and we played again recently, and I was like, I want to play this like every couple of months, but it's finding 6 hours, 7 hours on Saturday or Sunday, because that doesn't feel like a game that you want to put down and pick back up again. Like, that doesn't feel like
No.
we'll split this over 2 or 3 sessions.
You want to get it done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I'd like to play it like that. Like, let's do 2 hours tonight and then we'll do 2 hours the next week. No, because I'd forget what the hell I'm doing with it, personally.
So Elder Scrolls does now feel like more probably like the game I would end up getting for that nature, because if it's doing a similar thing, but I can split it up. Because I don't mind the campaign thing, it's just that it adds to my ever-growing list of campaigns I need to play.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get to my campaigns eventually. The chance of sitting down for 6-7 hours at a time is just
Yeah, it's a tough ass.
lower
Tough
probably than getting in the next campaign game. So yeah, interesting. There we go. So that's our Space Invaders section finished. Hopefully giving you a bit of food for thought on things, and I'm sure you've got similar games in your collection where, or maybe not in your collection, but just similar games that feel like they hold the same vibe with the same audience. And if you do, please let us know. We always like a bit of interaction on the socials, so please let us know what your 2 Space Invader games are. Poo poo. So we are now on to Receive, Sleeve or Leave, and this is likely the last one, as we're hoping to introduce a new topic to fill this space in the next episode.
Ooh, watch this space.
So watch this space
Or
for that.
listen to the space.
So true.
You don't watch.
Well, you can watch this on YouTube, but
You just watch a logo.
you just watch a logo while you're listening to it. Still watching. So the 3 games which we are going to receive, sleeve or leave are Captain's Chair, Lacromosa, and Marvel Zombies.
Oh. Easy.
Go on then, JP.
Sleeve Captain's Chair.
Yeah.
No brainer. I'll receive Lacromosa. It's
Nice.
fun. And I'm done with Zombicide, so that's... Bye.
Yeah.
Even with a new mechanic.
Even with a new mechanic. I'm done
tried
with it. I've enjoyed Zombicide. I've had my time with it. I played 2nd edition. I played the campaign with Washington DZ. I enjoyed that. That was quite cool. And played those 10 sessions. And I'm done with this now. and it's time to move forward.
Nice.
So happy to leave. Sorry, Tay,
No, you're right.
but that's just where I'm at. And Captain, come on, it's captain's chair. I was always getting sleeved, wasn't it? For me.
Yes.
So done.
Go on then, T. What are you thinking?
Sleeve Marvel Zombicide. Receive Captain's Chair. And I've not played the other one, so
Yeah, that's fair.
that's fine.
It's also very beige Euro. You have to
Yeah.
really want to be beige Euro.
And to be fair, I would never buy Captain's Chair, but if I got given it, I'd be well happy.
Yeah,
So,
fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Fair
definitely
enough.
the options for me.
That's difficult for me again, but I think I would sleeve Captain's Chair. I'm really torn for the other two actually because
Because that theme
Because
of Mozart.
dead Mozart being shipped around Europe as or whatever is.
but I get
It's not
the,
what
I get the
it's not what actually
feeling-
happens in the game, but it always makes me feel because you move that little. There's a picture of Mozart
That's
that you move
right.
around the board, and it's supposed to be you touring with like his wife
widow.
and friends, sort of
Telling
stories of how
yeah.
awesome Mozart was
Regaling.
and playing and all this stuff. But because you just move this little Mozart thing around, it feels like you're just carting Mozart's body around Europe.
Look, he's dead.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Give me a resource.
I suspect it might be one of those games that I really don't want to try, but I would actually enjoy if I did.
I
I
reckon it's
think
that.
so. Yeah.
So I'm really torn because Zombicide I've played once and it was one of 3 times that I got really badly alpha gamed to the point of me actually saying something, just being like, if you want to take my turn, you fucking carry on, mate. Kind of, do you know what I mean?
That doesn't
Like,
sound like you.
No, it doesn't sound like me at all, does it? But no, yeah, so I'm a little bit torn with it because I wouldn't mind giving it another go, and I'm not against the idea of that, a merry trash kind of, I don't know, kind of like tower defense, slowly upgrade kind of mechanic kind of game.
Yeah.
I do quite like my games relatively simple and dice chucky sometimes when I'm in the mood. And the lazy part of me says that might be, yeah, I don't know. I'm really torn, but I'm going to go for receive Zombicide.
Yes.
Well
done.
Lacromosa.
Just because the theme is like the worst possible theme for me.
Yeah, to be honest, it didn't capture me at first,
Yeah.
and then we played that game on the stream with Paul, and
Yeah. Actually, it's quite good.
I actually really enjoyed it.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I thought Wingspan was the worst theme that I've ever flipping heard of, and I took the piss out of it. Afraid of it, played it, went, yeah, it's really good. So I'm open to it being good, but I really am not getting that itch to play.
Yeah, but
so.
you've got to sign up to a game event.
I know.
And I can't see you doing it because
I know.
the theme
it's
is
going to
like,
be a
nope.
convention thing, to be
Yeah.
honest. That's what it's going to be.
We're going to have to kind of sneak attack you.
Yeah.
It's like, right, just sit here, Kerley. You're like, what? What's going on? Oh, not this Mozart game. You're not leaving. You've got
Told
no other
you, we
choice.
just colour the Mozart picture in with ginger hair, and we call
Yeah.
it Simply Red.
No, he doesn't
He doesn't
even
like
know,
Simply
he
Red
doesn't even know
either.
who Simply Red is. Do you?
What, the band?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, isn't it that ginger guy?
What's he called?
Mick Hucknall.
Oh, my God.
Look at
You've
this.
learned something.
Finally,
yeah.
What songs did he sing?
I got no idea.
We've got him.
We got him.
No, I genuinely don't know, but I vaguely remember.
I am sleeving Lacromosa.
Yeah.
I'm really torn because for the similar reason is that I think I will enjoy Captain's Chair, but every time I go to look at it, I think I probably would be rather playing something else than Captain's Chair. And there is a space in everyone's life for dice chuckers, even though I'm not particularly fond of them generally. And I think the Marvel Zombies thing does call to me more. But I think Captain's Chair will probably win it out because I think while I'm playing it, I'll probably think I'm not, like, even if I'm not enjoying it that much, I probably feel like I'll have pushed some buttons and that.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm definitely sleeving Lacromosa, and then I think just receiving Captain's Chair over Marvel Zombies.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Oh, okay, thanks.
Yeah. It's a good birthday present to get, isn't it?
Well, it depends.
No, it is. Trust me. It's good. Do it.
So there we go. The final receive, sleeve, or leave.
What's going to be next?
now.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll
Dun,
see.
dun, dun. And now onto the penultimate turn. So, Kerley, what are you looking forward to?
Well, I'm hoping this screws JP. I'm looking forward to Fate of the Fellowship.
Nice.
which is coming up very soon. Looking forward to giving that a try.
That's Thursday. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, looking.
Is it
forward
this
to playing
Thursday?
that. Yeah.
Oh crap!
Yeah,
Didn't realise it
so
was that
I
soon.
haven't even learned it yet, to be honest. But Mark didn't put me off. Mark Monk gave us a bit of a review of that one and said,
It's getting some good reviews.
"Yeah." So I'm really interested to sort of give it a bit of a go.
Is it
and
fully
just play
co-op?
through. Yeah, it's fully co-op, mate. So yeah,
that's
so
good then.
I'm hoping to kind of learn it together, kind of thing. But I'll watch some videos, and I would recommend that we all probably do that, to be honest. But
I should have time. I'm off Thursday.
yeah, just because I think it's going to be for a learning game, it might be slightly longer. But
Yeah, be
so
alright.
I'm really looking forward to it because the theme is obviously perfect. Couldn't be
Yeah.
any better.
Yeah,
the fact
pandemic.
that I like a similar kind of pandemic, but itch for it kind of be a bit more complicated, which is kind of where it's aimed at. And the fact that it's fully co-op as well, and I know that no one I'm playing with are arseholes, so it's kind of just all works out perfectly. So I think I'm really going to enjoy it.
Depends on my mood.
Yeah, well, it depends on you. Yeah, but your arseholeness is usually whether you're
Not
going to take the
arseholes.
piss or not, not alpha gaming.
Oh no, I would never alpha game.
No.
No.
So yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah,
I'd love to hear how that goes because it is one that I don't need to buy this because I own so many pandemic systems, but I do like Lord of the Rings and it does look good. So I'm keen to see what you say.
yeah, I'll give you a shout with it. It'd be interesting to see whether it's because I really liked the World of Warcraft pandemic version. Played that with you actually,
Yeah.
and I think we both have the opinion that it's a really good version, but it was very pandemic-y.
Yes.
This one's been kind of sold as a
Pandemic adjacent almost, yeah.
Not pandemic really, but with feeling a bit like a pandemic. So yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm interested to see how different it is.
Yeah, because I like the Star Wars Pandemic, and that is the same where it feels enough like Pandemic, but not like Pandemic all at the same time. So I'm hoping that Fate of the Fellowship is that like one up from that. Nice.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see what it's about. It's not something I'm like, being honest, like, ooh, excited about because pandemic's pandemic and Lord of the Rings is fun. But
That's a terrible statement.
well, it's just how I feel. But then
I know.
I quite like going to games where I'm like, yeah, because I was the same with Anno, right? Even though it's got no relation, but Anno 1800, I was like, this is going to be a bit dry, and I played it. It's fucking brilliant. Sausages.
Absolutely.
Sausages. Just like this game is amazing, and I love that when a game can just really like spin you
I
and
know.
just like, oh, that was awesome. So let's see what happens.
JP?
Yeah, this week, I thought I'd have a relaxing time after the holiday and play loads of board games again. Hey, now I'm looking forward to playing Apex again. Apex Legends not tomorrow, Tuesday.
It's better not be tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. I don't know where I am. But yeah, it's we got a game in just before I went away, and this is kind of like a follow up with different group. Apart from Adrian, who's stepping in again, I believe.
Yep.
And last time we played with some different legends. So there's the base 4 legends that they're not even the base 4 anymore because there's 6, isn't there? In the
Yes.
the way they changed it. But as me and Adrian played this thing 2 years ago, there was 4 base legends.
Well, you could still get the box with 4.
Can you?
No, I
I
think
can't
I think they
remember.
actually redid it so that it always came with 6.
Yeah, they changed.
Who
Anyway,
knows?
so basically 4 of the 6 base legends we played multiple times, and then last we just did the proper draft and went, hey, go for it. And we saw some, we play some rules wrong, which we've learned. And that's the thing I'm finding with Apex is it's taken a few games to hone in on some of the rules and timings of things, but it's just fine because we're learning it. And, and we go, God, that's broken. That's because we're playing it wrong.
Yeah.
But it's all good. When I played Mirage last time. He was fun. He has like holograms that you basically turn on. You turn yourself into 3 versions of yourself, and they all run around, just go meh. And you were Octane, right?
Yes.
Last time you were just some weird nutter jumping around, doing God knows what, healing yourself whilst getting hurt.
Moved so much across that board repeatedly.
Flew around the board like an absolute insane person, shooting and stuff. And Davey played Revenant, which is one of the characters that we didn't play fully right with the shadow mechanic. And it was the other one. You also played Rob, wasn't it?
Rob played Loba.
Loba, the Black Market.
Black Market just constantly picking up gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in respect to that, they played well. And it's closer than I thought it was going to be, because I think we felt, me and Adrian, on the same team. We thought, this is a bit one-sided. And probably more thanks to Adrian than me. He was just jumping around with doing what he could do.
I don't know.
I
But
don't
yeah,
know.
anyway.
But either way, it got quite close to the end, and it was just a good, fun game again.
Yeah.
Another good, fun set of matches. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Again, we'll do a full legend draft, see what happens, and probably get some more rules wrong. Sorry, mate. I know Tambo's got his lip out.
My droopy lip.
He's missed out again. I think was it work
Again, yes, work.
Bloody work. Another one we'll be putting in. I will prioritise you, pal.
Yeah, thanks.
So we'll let's regroup on some dates because I think you played the demo, haven't you?
Oh yeah, I played it twice.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I played
right.
twice, 2 demos. I played it last.
Yeah.
We went to Expo this year.
But we did say, I mean, when we played it last year, Adrian, we'll get a 6-player.
We need to get a 6-player in, I think.
Yeah, we'll get a 6-player in, or we'll do a day where we'll just get 2 copies set up and we can just
Yeah.
rotate
We've got 2
around.
copies in the group.
Yeah, we'll do something like that. But I'm looking forward to that. It's good fun.
T.
I'm actually looking forward to. I've had the tracking number for my Company of Heroes.
Hooray!
Oh, wow.
It hasn't arrived yet at the port,
boo.
but they give me the tracking number. So
Oh, that must be like a few weeks away then.
it's about 4 weeks, I think, something like that. But I'm
Yeah.
not holding my breath.
How many years?
2023, I ordered it. 5th
Oh, that's
of May.
not too bad. I thought it was longer than that.
No, it's
It's only 2
It's
years.
because it's a second printing and you'd think they'd have everything sorted from the first printing, right? So
You think?
yes.
I thought it would be quicker because it was a second printing. But
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was longer. I thought it was like a 4-year wait or something.
No, I just looked at it when I pledged it. It was 2023.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, that's I've got a lot to forward to. And Retaliation's not far away with Nemesis.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Looking forward to trying that.
Yeah, that's not too
Yeah.
far away either. That's,
Company of Heroes is
ship's on its way. So.
Company of Heroes is great. I've played it before and I really enjoyed it. And I'm annoyed because I kept telling myself I was going to back it and I kept talking myself about how much it cost. And yet I think because it's World War II miniatures on a board, I feel like I really should have backed it. So I'm looking forward to, because 4 players pretty good in that as well.
Yeah, I bought the Russian so we can play it with more players as well.
Nice.
So I bought the other people.
Nice.
Not seen anything about it, so let me know if you think I'd like it.
Yeah.
It's a strategic game. It's just tactical game which I'm rubbish at. So I'm learning. It's
Sounds
been
good, mate.
years since I've bought, and I've now learned that I'm not very good at those games.
I'm better tactical than I'm strategic. That's what I've learned. Give me a situation to try and think at that moment, and I'll do my best. But when it's grand and it lasts for an hour or plus, I'm like, I'm crap at that. I get shiny over there, shiny.
It does do a good job of sort of doing that RTS thing of, okay, well, I'm going to buy this unit and put it on now and kind of those kind of things. So
it's Command and Conquer.
well, it's Company of Heroes.
Yeah, the computer game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never played it. Command and Conquer, same thing.
Yeah, it's kind of got
missed
that.
you, Adrian.
It's kind of got that vibe. Thanks.
With his shade. Yeah.
Owned.
What about you, pal?
I really don't know. I was saying before we started recording that the next few weeks are really quite full on for me, like between work and a nice holiday, which I'm looking forward to, a few days away, which would be nice. Hoping to play the next round of Primal, The Awakening, which would be good. And Hamburg has been sat unplayed on the shelf for 2 years nearly.
Tiefenthal.
And I keep pulling out the rule book, starting to read it, and then being a bit like, well, okay. But I think I'm going to enjoy the game.
Yeah.
So I think I just need to get over it. So I keep telling myself I'm going to play Hamburg soon. And I'll report back on that because Castles Burgundy's like drawn top 2 games of all time for me. So while I don't know if it's going to hit those heights, I'm hoping it gets a lot of love. So I'm hoping it works out.
I'm sure it will. Just do it. Just make it happen.
Yeah. Again, it's one of those, where it's sat on the shelf staring at me and I've gone, I'm going to enjoy playing that. And every time I start to learn it, I'm just not in the mood to learn a new game. So it just doesn't get learnt. But there we go.
Cool.
That's us.
That's us.
Thank you very much, everyone, for listening. We have been the Whose Turn Is It Anyway podcast. As always, we love to hear from you through various of our socials. They're all in the show notes below. Please take a look and reach out. We love interacting with you guys. If you do have a few pennies and you like what you hear from us, you can throw us those pennies via Ko-fi, which is our crowdfunding platform. It helps us do loads of things. recently we used it to buy more equipment for the UKGE to help us do more recordings there, and hopefully you felt that this time round. So we'll continue to use it for things like that. Anyway, that's been us. Thank you for listening. Till next time, whose turn is it anyway?
There we are.